Well, I want to thank our panelists for that extremely comprehensive overview of the region and the players' reaction to these unprecedented events. We've covered just about every country. One country that has been conspicuously absent from this discussion is Libya, and hopefully we'll get into that in the Q&A, but there's a lot to chew on here. The ramifications of a post-Assad Syria, the impact of the loss of US influence on the region, this question of whether or not there really is an Islamic awakening, as the Iranians would like to claim, etc. So we have about 25 minutes, and I want to give time for the panelists to answer questions and address other issues that might come up. So we will start with you. If you could please identify yourself.
Hi, thank you for all of you for being here. Shadia Mansour from Tunisia, and currently I'm a professor at William & Mary. I have 2 points for Mr. Jamal. You mentioned that, you said, quote, "We don't like Muslim Brotherhood in Egypt, and we don't like the Salafists either because of political inspirations." If I may ask you, what are they, these political inspirations? And if you can give any concrete examples, that would be great. Number 2, you mentioned also that the Salafists are not ready for constituent monarchy because of a lack of experience, political institutions. Here I can tell you, what about Libya? They don't have any political institutions. They don't have experience, and they will start from scratch. However, Saudi Arabia was there and to help and a lot of support in Libya. So it's the same case. Why this and not the other one? The third one is...
No, I'm sorry, just 2 questions. Thank you.
Okay.
I will take one more question from this.
Hi, my name is John Massa from American University. I'd like to ask Dr. Abdalla a question about Iran. You stated that Iran might get its niche as a regional player, especially with the uprising in Egypt and Bahrain. However, I'm a little bit skeptical for 3 reasons. 1, because Arabs don't see Persians as equal. 2, because Arabs are mostly Sunni and Iranians are Shiite. And 3 is because Iran is an authoritarian theocratic regime. So wouldn't Arabs be somewhat skeptical as to Iranian influence?
Thank you. Start with Jamal and then Abdelkhaleq, and if anybody else would like to address.
Right. When I said we don't like the Brotherhood, I did not mean we all the Saudis. I was referring to certain Saudi officials who publicly made reservation about the Brotherhood at some time in the past. I'm sure probably they will revisit their position and they might reconsider that situation. But the dislike, it is not to the Brotherhood or to the Salafis, it is to the political Islam. There is suspicions among certain officials in Saudi Arabia toward political Islam. And they blame political Islam for the rise of Al-Qaeda. This is something to argue about. I myself argued that many times in many articles, and I don't think, I think political Islam is a natural evolution or a natural reflection of the Muslim mindset throughout the Arab world, and we should not worry of political Islam. And now we all have to deal with it. So it is not it's not about Saudi Arabia in general. It's about certain Saudi officials who have these suspicions or reservations about political Islam. The Salafis, and whether they are ready or not about constitutional monarchy, I was referring to Saudi Arabia not interested or ready or want constitutional monarchy. But the Salafis, they are not ready for anything regarding modern political answers. And again, I will repeat my belief that the Salafi will fizzle away when they are met with certain challenges. The only Salafis we have active are in Kuwait, some in Libya, but they're not in a prominent position in Libya, some in Egypt. In Egypt, they will be tested the more because that's where the true challenges is. So there is so much emphasis about them, and I don't think they should be. They will just fizzle away when the reality of things happened, and they become, I don't think they will even become in charge of anything, but other parties, other political parties will rule them out, will challenge them out.
Thank you.
Okay,
Dr. Abdelkhaleq?
could you restate the question?
Could,
Because
I didn't hear it very well.
What was the question?
Could you speak more loudly?
Louder, yeah. I'm sorry about this.
Sorry about that. Well, my name is John Massa. I'm a student at American University.
Thank you, the question.
My question is directed to, well, actually to all the panel, really, but concerning Iran, and one of you stated that with the Arab awakening with Egypt and Bahrain, Iran may have found its niche and to be a regional player. However, I'm somewhat skeptical because for three reasons. One, because Arabs don't see themselves as equal to Persians. Two, because Iran is a Shiite dominant state and Arabs are mostly Sunni. And three, Iran is a authoritarian theocratic regime. So wouldn't Arabs be skeptical as to Iranian influence? Thank you.
Thank you. Did you?
Is that a comment or a question?
Question, I mean, how much of a regional player really is Iran? I mean, is it embraced? Can it be embraced by Arab states?
Okay.
Briefly.
I think Iran has lost a great deal during these events of 2011. Its moral, its political, its strategic standing has diminished greatly, basically because it can't help Syria, its most important strategic ally. There is absolutely nothing that Iran can do to stop the probably downfall of its most important ally, Bashar al-Assad. And they could not do anything when the Saudis entered Bahrain, as important as Bahrain is to Iran, especially that they claim to be a Shiite power and they are responsible for Shiites everywhere on earth. When the Shiites, if we suppose this was a Shiite uprising in Bahrain, were in trouble, just 120 kilometers away from Tehran, they could not do anything and resigned when they saw the Saudis enter in. So, by these standards, Iran is definitely, strategically speaking, Iran is shorter than it was before the events of 2011. But more than that, nobody in the Arab world during this whole Arab Spring is looking for Iran as a model. They are not looking at Iran as a revolutionary model. They are not looking at Iran as an Islamic state model. So, on that account, even the most Islamist of the Islamists in the Arab world, the Egyptians, the Muslim Brothers, even the Salafists, they are not looking up to Iran. They're looking up to Turkey, but not to Iran. So I think in that case, you know, Iran, if I am to come up with a list of the top losers and the top winners, Iran is on the top of the loser in during 2011 events.
Thank you. Let's take 3 questions. The individual.
Yep. Good afternoon. I'm Sadiq Amini, student Patterson School, University of Kentucky. A comment and a question. The comment, 4 countries, Turkey, Iran, Saudi Arabia, and Egypt, prior to Arab Spring. After Arab Spring, right now, it's only Turkey and Saudi Arabia standing. So Iran has lost the credit because of the hypocrisy policy that they had, internally something, outside something else. Egypt lost Mubarak. So we only have Saudi Arabia and Turkey standing. Regarding the United States position, regardless of whether United States is shaping or it does not involve in shaping of policies or whatever is happening in the Middle East, United States is gaining its strategic importance in Middle East. So I'm disagreeing with the fact that the United States is losing or becoming shorter of food or an inch. United States is not only not losing its interest, it's actually increasing advantages that the public diplomacy of the United States has been popularized much more. Question. What would you see, Jamal Khashoggi, regarding a Turkish increase of influence after the Arab Spring, during the Arab Spring, and the relationship that Turkey had with Israel, which had made it much more popular among the Gulf countries and Islamic countries? What would be the Saudi Arabia's position regarding Turkish, or do you think that there would be an alliance between Saudi Arabia and Turkish in shaping the future of Middle East? Thank you.
Thank you. Please.
My name is Marah Al-Buqai. I am a writer and a Syrian political activist. And my question is for Mr. Khashoggi. I'm wondering why Saudi Arabia, as a leading Islamic country, Arabic Islamic country in the region, stay in the shadow in regard of the Syrian revolution and leave this, very critical situation being controlled by three countries, what I call them the Bermuda Triangle, Iran, Qatar, and Turkey. And my next question, very brief question.
I'm sorry, just one. I'm sorry. Thank
Just
you,
one.
please. We've got so many people.
Very, very, very short. To
Well, that's-
Mr.
Like a small state.
Mr. Milani, do you believe that if the interest of Iran to have an Assadism regime without Assad, that will be the interest of the free world to see this regime in Syria? Thank you.
Did you understand the question?
Would you repeat that?
Could you
again?
repeat the question, please?
I mean, if the interest of Iran, as you mentioned, to see Assadism regime without Assad, the president, do you believe that the free world will accept that?
So will the free world accept Syria without Assad? And